The thing that's impacted us the most, especially as an SEC football fan, I'm a big Gamecock fan. I miss being able to go to the stadium. Is this COVID-19 and its effect on sports? How do you think? I mean, you've run a country. You're a leader of the free world. How do you think these sports franchises and leagues, from the wobble to the bubble to the NFL not really caring what happens, they're going to play football regardless? How do you think these leagues are handling this COVID outbreak?
Yeah, and on top of that, the strategy is the NFL is just like, we're plowing ahead. We're just playing the games.
Yeah.
The NBA is putting more thought into it. What would you do?
Listen, I would say that, number one, it's hard for any of these sports leagues to do a good job if the White House is not doing a good job. If at the top, folks are shambolic and dismissive and full of misinformation and politicizing stuff, then it leaves everybody else on their own to have to make these ad hoc decisions. And so with that caveat, I would say the NBA and Adam Silver handled it as well as it could have been handled. And just generally, the partnership between the players, the owners, the commissioner, at least the dialogue, I don't want to over-romanticize it, but you do get a sense that everybody there figured out, look, we're all in this together. If we're going to do it right, this is what we have to do. It's going to require everybody to sacrifice. And, the fact that they came through that process and the playoffs ended up being really exciting, really well played. Kudos to them. That was impressive. Baseball, I thought, did a reasonably good job. Look, the NFL right now, as we speak, I guess there's a game coming up.
Yeah.
With the Baltimore Ravens having like half their players not playing. It does feel, maybe because it's a 53-man roster, that everybody feels more expendable, and the notion is, look, we just put something up there. I don't feel that they have been as cautious in terms of their design.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, probably the area where I'm most frustrated is college, right? Because whatever happens at the professional level, at least these are adults who are getting paid, and they're making a series of decisions that may be suboptimal for the players, but for the most part, you're not putting other people at risk. When I watch college football in particular right now, we'll see how basketball develops. There is this sense of the economics driving a series of decisions in which a bunch of very young people are being put at risk in ways that are unnecessary. But that gets me into a whole set of questions about the NCAA. Could take up too much time on this program.
Should athletes get paid? NCAA athletes get paid?
Yes. I think that the amount of money that is being made at the college level, the risks that, let's say, college football's players are being subjected to, and the fact that for many of these colleges, what these young people are doing are subsidizing athletic director salaries and
Coach salaries.
Coach salaries. All of that argues for a better economic arrangement for them. And I think there is a way of doing that doesn't completely eliminate the traditions and the love we all have for college sports.
Yeah.
It just means that, if Zion Williamson or Trevor Lawrence or somebody is participating in those sports, and somebody, the local car dealer or what have you, who as it is already probably a booster and doing a whole bunch for that university, wants to also help that student, with their parents or facilitate them, being able to get a better training situation for their next stage. That penalizing those kids when everybody else is benefiting does not make sense to me. And when you look at the history of the NCAA and how it developed specifically to insulate these institutions from claims made by these students. The whole myth of student athletes really evolved in part because early on, football players, who were being brought in, as ringers on these teams, were getting hurt and then suing for workers' comp, and suddenly the colleges figured out, if we form this association and create this whole ideal of student athletes, that we'll protect our pocketbooks. So yes, we should make some changes there.